Hey guys, I'm James, and with me is John,
I'm John.
and we are trying to podcast.
Trying.
Yeah,
Today is
always,
truly just trying.
always. But yeah, today is a last minute recording because it's almost the 15th, and I have to edit these, and a lot of things have come up. Let's just say,
Yeah, life's been getting in the way.
oh, life, everything, work isn't life. It shouldn't be, but yeah, yeah. But I mean, I'll talk about like first of all, our schedules haven't been matching up,
Not at
which is
all.
very difficult. I personally started a program to maybe get into an IT position, a job, a career, some would say. And I also made a decision to apply for a assistant manager role at the current job because for two reasons. A, if the IT thing doesn't work out, I have I would have that. And two, as so many people have told me, like John, uh, if you have a assistant manager or manager job on your resume, it can take you places. And well, fuck it. If I wanna, if fucking John moves somewhere and I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna move with you. Ask your girlfriend, make sure it's okay. I'll fucking do it. And if you're okay too with it, I guess that's important too. You're giving me a face, which I'm not appreciating.
What? It's a smirk.
Oh, okay. A little disgusted.
I'm not disgusted. That is not the expression on my face.
I should also say I'm weirdly energetic because I got off my shift, which is a 10-hour shift, working the overnight. Then me and John ended up talking for like 2 hours before recording this. So I am tired and stupid, and that's a great podcasting. It's good that I get like weirdly energetic when I'm tired. Otherwise, no way we could have done this.
I could do it when if I'm like just mentally tired, but physically tired, it just makes me another level of tired where I'm
Oh no,
just don't want to do anything.
I mean also put it out there. I did my interview for the assistant manager job before coming home, so I'm mentally tired as fuck. John, do you have any other excuses or just work?
It's just work. I mean, but I don't think I've mentioned that I did take, a supervisor position a couple months back now.
Yeah, yeah.
So that's part of the reason, you know, like why our schedules haven't matched. Like they give me all the worst days, and those are the days you have off currently, and it's just a lot. I
Yeah.
did take time off, but it was,
Personal.
a time, yeah, personal time, recalibration time, and I was very busy.
Yeah,
But
I think we tried to do it, but I did not push that hard because I'm like, you deserve you work too fucking. You fucking told me you only called out sick what once in your life.
yeah,
Fuck you.
I'm sorry.
I gotta take a COVID test after this. Um,
Uh,
I'm hoping I get sick.
Not of COVID, please.
Fuck it. I survived once.
Yeah, that's not
I,
how that works.
and I
But
survived it before I was vaccinated. I'm vaccinated. I'm boosted. It should be actual mild. Uh, Shut up. Shut the fuck up. You know what? I'll die. It's fine.
that's gonna be a boring next what would that be? 5 episodes I have to do without you, minimum, to fulfill the year. If you die,
Okay. You're going without me. Cool.
oh yeah, I'm
You
gonna
don't
do
have
it, and
any of the
I'm g-
passwords.
bro. I'm gonna have. I'll just. It doesn't matter.
You haven't edited a fucking thing.
I'm gonna have a little notepad stick figure drawing of you that I'm gonna talk to. It's gonna be really pathetic, but I'll
Honestly,
get it done.
here's the thing. If we weren't gonna be able to do this right now, I was gonna do an episode by myself. I was gonna I was gonna just put it out there. I was just gonna be like, hey, we couldn't get together for this month. And I found a solo RPG that's kind of It's more like those like choose your own adventure books. I was just gonna do that.
Well, damn. Just cut out the John from James and John. Try
I had a back.
podcasting, I
I
guess.
needed a box. I needed a backup.
I don't know how I feel about this, but I'm gonna move on.
Yeah, yeah. And for the theme of the show, this is a podcast because we're just gonna be chatting.
Yeah, there was nothing planned. We just had to get something out there. We didn't want to skip a month. It's already only once a month, so we
Yeah,
didn't want to skip.
yeah.
Wait, but before you move on, you're talking about COVID. First off, just because you survived it once and just because you're vaccinated and all this stuff now doesn't mean that you're gonna deal with it better now, especially when the variants are worse. But I do also want to say, I guess it's a PSA. I know people are fucking over COVID, but please be careful. My family actually got COVID on a cruise. I don't want to get into like the details, but it sucks because actually I am gonna get into it a little bit. My little brother has been so fucking good about the pandemic. Like he's taken it more seriously than anyone, and he's a little kid, smarter than fucking everyone apparently. Done everything in his power to not get COVID. But what's out of his power is where he goes because he's a child. You know, he has to go where his parents go, right? And I mean, they felt safe because they had been vaccinated, including him, right? Um, and cruise is not. I mean, it is indoors, but like typically you're out and about. It's not like you're in the rooms with the other people, right? But doesn't matter. They got it. Everyone else is fine. He's got some complications. He's a little kid, vaccinated, did everything right, and he's been negative for a while now. He's got an inhaler and shit. You know what I mean? Like
Fuck.
we're hoping, it's like a temporary thing, but I've read articles about long COVID. He might have long COVID, and that's just pretty much like a permanent fucking thing, it seems like, for a lot of people. So that just sucks.
Yeah.
So it's not because the reason why I'm saying this is like, yeah, protect yourself. So like you don't want to get long COVID, but there's people. It's not like it's not just about you. You know, like whoever went to that fucking cruise with COVID. I was gonna say something fucked up. It's just they're fucked up. You know what I mean?
Right.
They're fucked up. There's no way they didn't know. That's how I feel about it. So it's like you just gave it to a bunch of fucking people, including a little kid who now have to have an inhaler or else he wheezes. You know what I mean? Just living. Like he'll be playing a video game and he'll start wheezing. Like that's terrible.
Well, I'm really sorry to hear what happened to your brother. I hope everything turns out okay. I just want 5 days off.
God damn it.
I think a part of it is also like the job I work. Like there's a chance I'll get exposed because we got people coming in and out. We got
No, I know it's a
clients who
part of
go to
it.
the hospital. And and honestly, I kind of feel weird because I've been testing negative. I've been going to work because I
Yeah.
don't think my job will accept me saying, "Hey, I've have these things, but I'm testing negative,
Mm-hmm.
but I should not go to work," right? They'll be like, "No, go to work."
Yeah. No, I mean I get that, and there's things with I'm just saying I don't want to hear you say I hope I have COVID. That's my point. Is because I know someone who has. I mean, I've known
Right, right,
plenty
right.
of people who
Yeah,
have
yeah,
gotten
yeah.
COVID, but specifically, that's a shitty situation, and it could be worse for you.
Right.
Like you don't know. He was vaccinated, and he's a little kid. You remember then when they were like, "Oh, little kids don't get it, or they don't face any fucking
That was the dumbest fucking
consequences."
thing.
Yeah, he's vaccinated, and he got sick, and it's long term currently. Like or longer term than the week or two, whatever bullshit it is now.
5
So
days.
yeah. Well, that's more we need you back at work.
Yeah, yeah.
Like that's but whatever.
Okay, well then I'll just say I want 5 days. It's not much better, is it?
All right, just move on.
Well, also a portion like I mentioned it. I work with people with intellectual disabilities. Like we've had one or two of them have COVID, and everything's like was super fine with them, and they are
Mhm.
people who should be or are more, what's the word, susceptible to the negative impact of COVID.
Yeah.
And, knock on wood, no one's dead, no one's had you know complications. It's always been like at most a cold. Sometimes you don't notice shit. Like we're like, really? You got a positive test? Okay. Okay. Fuck it. But yeah. So yeah, we're just gonna chat. So John, anything been new with you? Any video games? Any interesting facts? I know you started surfing
Oh
like
yeah.
the kids from Rocket Power.
Okay, well, I'll start there. So it's like surfing lessons that are free. They're early in the morning. I'm doing it really as an excuse to hang out with a couple friends who I used to work with. Like we hadn't seen each other pretty much the whole pandemic, maybe once or something like that. And it was just like we need to do something. And then one of them was like, "Oh, I started, doing these surf lessons, so they're free. Come join me." We don't do it every week, because it is every week, but our schedules don't line up like
Right.
that. I work overnight, and so it sucks for me because, like, literally, I get off work, I have to go home, change, and then go to the beach. So, like, I'm surfing right after working, a in physical, intensive job. It's been fun, more fun than I was expecting, because like, I'm not, like, a water person, you know? For me, I when I go to the beach, I like to just kinda sit there. Like, I'm just like I like hearing the waves, I like feeling the breeze, I like, you know what I mean?
Right.
In the water, maybe for a little bit usually, like, I like, in Florida, the water's pretty warm, especially this time of year, so, like, I like going in it, but, like, not for long. It's not like I go in there, I'm, like, swimming for hours and doing stuff like that. Um, but obviously, if I'm gonna show up, I gotta try. I can't be the one person just like chilling. So I tried, and it was really fun. Like when you actually catch a wave, it feels so fucking good. But this is like fake surf. I mean, it's not fake surfing. It's what you do to start to learn to surf. It's just people have this idea that I'm like out there, like deep out there, and I'm in like the tunnels. Like how waves turn into tunnels.
Yeah.
No, 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 no. We like barely go out there. We catch like the end of a wave to just kind of learn to balance and like ride it to like the shore, and it's fun. Yeah, but I've missed the last couple weeks actually because so even though we're riding these baby waves or these broken waves, I got injured.
Oh.
I fucked up my toe. It like bent back, like it flicked back. So
Oh.
yeah, so it sprained. I'm at first I thought it fractured, but it's been a couple weeks and it's a lot better. So I think it's just a sprain.
Okay.
I wasn't even gonna check it. I was just hoping that it was gonna get better. Um,
Yeah, we're both poor. It's fine. We both understand.
what's funny when that happened too? So obviously I fell,
Right.
and then I got hit in the back by another surfboard, and then in the head by another surfboard. I was just getting my ass beat, and the waves were so fucking rough that day too. Like I really went there to just get beat the shit out of. Like the waves hurt, bro. Like the waves were hitting my knees when we were in the shallower part, and it felt like it was like pushing my knees back the opposite
Mm.
way. I was like, "What
Mm.
the fuck is this?" And it was weird because like a couple weeks before that, they had canceled the lesson because it was too rough, right?
Right.
I was like, "How did you not cancel this shit?" Like I'm getting hurt. Um but yeah, I've been doing that. Oh yeah. I'm sorry. This is just a random story. But the second to last time we went, when it did get canceled, we were walking back to the car and I saw a lady get hit by a car.
What the
She was
fuck?
she was riding her bike, and that yeah, when I got home, Michelle was like, "Oh, so how was it?" And I was like, I went to go see a lady get hit by a car." And she's like, "What do you mean you went?" To see I'm like, "That's what it felt like I went to do because we couldn't surf." So I got there. They tell you you can't do it. You turn around and lady gets hit by a car. And she was riding in the bike lane like she was doing everything right. This lady, and it's not even like it was an intersection. The lady was riding alongside her, and she just went too much to the right, and she just hit her.
Jesus Christ.
People are animals. And I felt so bad because, like, we just stared. I didn't know how to react. I think we were all in shock, and we were on the other side of the street. But, like, we literally were like, "Are you okay?" And she's crying. She's not okay.
Oh.
We're like, we just see someone get hit by a car, and our response is, "Are you okay?" Like, she couldn't even talk. She was crying. And then someone else comes up, and we're like, "We think they got this." And so we walked away.
John!
And, no, you know what makes it worse? Like, one of the people with us, he was like studying to be a nurse at one point. I'm like, you should have been the one to jump into action. I'm sorry. Like, I all I could do was call 911. Like, what was I gonna do?
Did you guys call 911?
No, we left.
Oh my fucking God.
And you know what makes me feel worse about it? Is if that lady needs to do something, right? Like, I mean, she does. Like, you need to do something, like, you know, to get compensation, because she got hurt. I don't think she broke anything, but it doesn't matter. We were the only witnesses. The person who came up, they came up after, like, they were riding a bike too, and then they caught up and saw her on the ground, you know? And they were like, "Oh," you know, and they actually did something about it, and we just left.
How many of you were in this group?
3.
Okay, so I'm now learning herd mentality starts at 3, which is sad. So for people not like John, I'm just gonna walk you through. As someone who's done CPR and first aid, who has to do it every 2 years for my current job. Here's
I've
what
done it as well.
What?
I have a certification as well. Or had. It's expired now. See, it was expired, you know? I think I'm not
I wasn't
qualified in that
asking you to
situation.
fucking do CPR, you motherfucker, or first aid. But here's what you do for people at home. If you see something like this, check if the person's conscious. If they are, ask them if
They were.
ask them if they need you to call 911.
I said, "Are you okay?" From across the street.
You ask them if you need to call 911 for them. Hopefully she says yes. You call 911. You wait with the person. You help them stay calm. And when the cops come, if you got the license plate number, you give them the license plate number. If not, give the general description of the vehicle. What is the general description of this vehicle?
Gray SUV.
Sir or madam who rides a gray SUV in southern Florida, I won't go too much further than that for John's protection. Fuck you. Did she stop?
No, she did. She didn't stop right away. I don't think she realized it was an older lady. I don't think she realized what she did until a little bit further down, but she did stop and she got out. So hopefully they solved the situation in a way that makes sense. Bro, I don't know what to tell you. All I know is I was across the street. There was cars coming by. I felt like an idiot saying, "Are you okay?" to a person who got hit by a car and is clearly crying. And then I was like, I'm not standing here anymore. So I just walked away.
Jonathan!
God damn it.
Like, I'm sorry, but
My name's not
dude.
Jonathan for people who think it might be.
No, it's not. I just do that to A, be a little shitty, and B, do the parent thing where you use like someone's full name.
She looked like she had money. She probably could get a good lawyer and get a lot.
Fuck it.
I feel like if it wasn't 2 white ladies involved, maybe I would have cared more.
John, so right before this, we were talking about therapy. I have actually 2 questions for you, John. Has this podcast or myself ever have come up in therapy?
Yes.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, I'm
2.
like, God, this guy James. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. It has come up though, but not in that way. I'm just fucking
Right.
with you.
Second of all, I want you to did you bring up this incident with your therapist?
I didn't. I forgot.
I would like you to bring this up to your therapist because I feel like you're not accepting the shame I'm trying to give you. Like the shame you should be having. And maybe your therapist can do it in an actual way, in a therapeutic way of what the fuck is wrong with you? Someone got hit by a car.
She's fine, I think.
On that note, I've been okay. I don't know. I haven't been doing anything. I've been playing Fortnite. I've gotten into Fortnite since it became Zero Building, and I'm very close to getting Darth Vader.
Oh, is that your goal?
Sure, it's the end of the season pass. I bought the season pass, by the way.
So I told you like, oh, I've never gotten a season pass. I actually ended up getting the one for Apex, but that's because I've played enough now that I've gotten enough free like tokens that I could get the battle pass.
Well, here's the thing with Fortnite. You don't get like free shit, you know,
to get the battle pass. Like that currency, you don't get it.
Yeah, or not only that, you don't get like free shit at all. Like you don't get like skins or all that stuff. There's no loot boxes.
Yeah, but I unlock stuff. I have different stuff than what I started with.
So they have a quest system.
Mm-hmm.
And if you do those quests, sometimes they'll give you little things. But there's no loot boxes, and the majority of like the cool stuff is buying money.
Definitely. Yeah, but so okay, I've unlocked stuff, but there also is an in-game currency that I've been getting that I can unlock stuff.
You get the stars, which you can use for the free battle pass, which is only like 3 items of what is normally like 8 items for the full body.
No, yeah, I mean it's like that in Apex as well. But I'm just saying you do get good stuff. It's just like the best stuff that's how it always is. Like, yeah. I don't know. That stuff, I don't know. I don't worry about it because it's just cosmetic. Like I don't my only thing is like, so in Apex you have to unlock characters, right? And so but that's a different system. Like there's different like token. You can pay to unlock them, but like it's different stuff to use. I don't know. But real quick before we move off from Fortnite,
no, I have more to say, so it's fine.
Okay. All right, sorry. But I just want to say like it was my little brother's birthday recently. And he loves Fortnite. And he was like, he wanted to play Fortnite with me, my mom, and Michelle. Aww. He was so cute, right? Yeah. So we get on, but my mom's like, he starts school back tomorrow, so we can only play one match. So I'm like, God, that's a lot of pressure on this match. We gotta win this shit. Yo, I was so clutch. I won that shit for us. I was a beast. It was my first match in Fortnite, and I don't remember the last time I played, but I was in the zone. And he led us to victory too, though, because like, not only was he getting his kill, but he's good. He's good at the game, so you expect him to get his kills. But he was like positioning us really well. There was a point where the storm was closing, and he had us get all in his vehicle. But then he's like, "Oh, go grab this wheel thing, and then throw it at the car, and then it makes the wheels bigger. So now we can go up these hills and shit easier and whatever." And I guess there was times where normally we would have flipped over or something, but we just fucking zoomed, and we went like all the way to like damn near end game area. And like we drove back past so many teams, like, and I was like, why aren't we fighting these fights? And he was pretty much like, I'm trying to win, John. And so then we just fought everyone at the end there, but it was really fun, and we delivered. Nice. For his birthday. I was happy about that. So what's been going on with you in Fortnite then?
Did you ever get my text message where I complained about Fortnite?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
I was like, I don't see the problem. How did you get the wrong character though? That's what I didn't get.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. So just for the people at home, I accidentally bought LeBron James, and I didn't want LeBron James, and he cost a good amount of my money. And there was no like, oh, are you sure you want to buy LeBron James. No, it just went through the second you hit the button. Now, the reason I accidentally bought LeBron James was I was going through the store. They had a
Mhm.
bunch of DC characters. They had a bunch of I was thinking like Harley Quinn, Batman. I was like, I'll spend my money. I'll spend my money. Um, and then I see LeBron James. I'm like, okay, basketball man, right? Basketball.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't be an asshole.
Oh, you know what? Looney Tunes. Yeah, yeah, basketball. Yeah, he was the new Looney Tunes.
The new Looney Tunes.
No,
Okay.
what is it called? Space
Space
Jam.
Jam.
Thank you.
Yeah, wasn't good from what I hear.
It was a bad story.
Mm.
It was a very bad story, and I'll get back to that. Because it's a bad story, and you should. I want to share the bad story with you.
Okay.
But what the thing is, some of these characters have like alternate costumes, and you'll get all the alternate costumes if you buy them. So, uh, and you have to hit a button to see the costume, see all the options. I'm like, oh, let me just see what the fuck they're doing with LeBron James. And I hit the wrong button. I hit the buy button, not the view button.
Mm. Wait, but so you can't contact EA and be like, I bought the wrong skin?
Maybe, but that sounded like work.
Then just accept you have
Look,
a
I played
goat.
as LeBron James for 28 games, okay?
Okay. Which version do you use? Like, isn't there like levels to his thing, like where it's like fully gold, and then there's like
Uh,
half gold and
well, I played 28 games to get the like gold slider,
Mhm.
and I'll be honest, it's barely noticeable.
Oh, my brother likes the middle one, I think, where it has like the pink exposed through the gold or
Uh,
whatever.
I look, it's so it has a back bling plus the his outfit, so his
Yeah,
outfit can
yeah.
be like, yeah, like I get the middle. Yeah, I understand the middle. Um, but honestly, I was just like, I played 28 games to unlock this fucking slider. I could have fucking had Harley Quinn that had her own little quest to unlock a different fucking costume for
You
her.
know what's funny? Wait. You told me that the reason why you got turned off of Apex again was because you were like, I have to grind to unlock the character that I want when I already unlocked it. You grinded 28 games to unlock a slider that didn't even end up working out for a character that you didn't even want, but you're gonna continue to play that fucking game?
Okay,
Fuck you.
two things I'm gonna add to that though.
No, I don't want to hear it. No, go ahead.
I didn't know what I was unlocking. I thought I was gonna get a new like costume that makes him all gold or something. I was like, okay, that might be more interesting for a character I don't give a shit about.
Mhm.
Um, Two, while doing that, I'm also doing other quests, and like
I don't care. There's quests in Apex too, and while
I
quote
don't
unquote
know
grinding,
the
you could
quest
have
the quest in like Apex is like do 500 damage with this character that you don't have unlocked.
no. It's always three characters, and one of them's almost always one of the starter characters.
I've had once or twice it wasn't, but whatever. And not only that, like it's very meh. Like in fucking uh Fortnite, sometimes it's like, hey, go throw an ice cream cone in 3 different towns. I'm like, yeah, fuck it, let's go. I'm gonna find an ice cream cone. I'm gonna throw it.
Wait, how's that not meh? What's the fucking
it
point of that?
it's more interesting. It's different. Sometimes it's like
How?
land here and survive to 25 players. Sometimes it's and the interesting part of about some of those stuff is you're exploring this map. It's kind of like teaching you things about the game through these methods. Like in Apex, the thing I never wanted to be was the lander wingman. What is it called?
The jump master?
Yes. I like how it took you a second, but when we were talking about snapping next, you knew exactly which character does it. Uh, But yes, I never want to be jump master because I don't know where shit is.
Revenant, by the way. Just because you said that and that we talked about it earlier, it doesn't matter. Um, no, but it took me a second because you said wingman, but whatever the fuck you just said, that's a gun in the game as well. So it was just
Okay.
confusing to me. I don't know. I mean, sure, I'm glad you're more interested in throwing an ice cream cone in a video game. Like good. They know their audience.
Well, I don't know. There's other stuff, and like I said, like I spent like a good like hour playing some kind of fishing mini game that was really boring. But fuck it, I listened to a podcast and I got to be like like mentally zoned out. I don't know. It has those quests, and I'm able to focus on those quests and be able to level up. It doesn't matter if I'm number one, if I get top 5, if I'm the first one dead. I threw the fucking ice cream cone in this town. I did a fucking quest, bitch.
You sound so lame right now.
And
what a loser! That's a loser's mentality.
and let me tell you something, John.
Yes.
I am now willing to spend money on Apex to just unlock crypto so I can be happy again.
God damn. I don't know what your obsession with crypto is.
He's a real cool guy.
I mean, I do think there's something cool about crypto, but I just don't think he's that fun to play with.
I enjoyed it.
But I'm saying me being on your team as well, not fun. Like,
okay. So when I grabbed you and Steve's boxes and flew over and brought you back, and like that did nothing for you?
no, that was great, except it would have been greater if you were there so we didn't die instead of in your little drone being useless.
I'm support.
I'm support. I'm lifeline. What do you mean?
I'm visual support. You're health support.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean that you don't fight. Like, you have to be a part of the fights.
I definitely got out of the, like, I would set it up, get out, and join.
No, there was times where you did great. Look, I think a good crypto is great, but there's not many of them, and you don't play enough to be like consistent enough. I mean, if you're gonna if you're gonna unlock crypto and you're gonna fucking play with us, and you're gonna play without us too, so you're getting good, I am down for it. I like a good crypto. I just don't think you're good enough by not playing enough to be crypto. Like, that's a high. What's the word? What's the word I'm looking for?
Technical.
Yeah, it's like a technical character. You have to be like on your shit. And you're saying you just want to have fun. So then why is crypto the one? Like, there's other characters that are fun that are easier to use.
Okay, so you've played with me.
Yes.
What character should I be playing? What character should I buy?
Oh, buy Rampart.
I'm blanking.
She throws down the half shields that you do more damage when you shoot through, and she unlocks a Gatling gun. Like, that's her ultimate. She pulls out a fucking Gatling gun, and the Gatling gun is mobile now. You don't need to set it up. You can just walk around with that shit. And when she kills people, she starts laughing maniacally, and she yells, "Turret, turret, turret!" And I'm like, yes, James should be that character. Garrett plays as that character now, though. But
okay, well,
he can play as other characters, though. He likes other characters. You seem, I don't know. I was gonna say, I mean, I main too, but you seem like you want to find like this character that you can just be. I'm not saying it can't be crypto. I'm just saying you got to play a whole lot more then if you're gonna be crypto.
Well, I tried to make a video series out of it, and well,
I was enjoying it. I watched those videos.
You should have commented more, or even in personal time mentioned it.
I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna comment now.
I think you commented.
I'm gonna be like, why did this stop?
Also computer. Oh, that's when my video card died.
Oh, well, okay, that makes sense. But no, I actually was watching them. I liked them. Because I felt like you were getting better. The whole thing, wasn't it called like trying to be better or something?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
No, but Rampart's fun. I don't know if you would like playing Horizon, but I always like playing with a Horizon, so I don't know if that counts for anything. Do you know what she does?
Horizon, the jump, the like beam.
She throws down like a thing where it like is it shoots you up into the air, straight up, And then she
Mhm.
also her ultimate is a black hole. She throws out a black
Oh,
hole
okay.
and it like sucks people towards it.
By the way, my video series was called "I Want to Get Better."
Oh, okay.
I just looked it up. Man, I used to be good at thumbnails. I'm sorry, like that was one of the things I enjoyed as a failed YouTuber.
Seer, what about Seer? I think I want you to be Seer. No, because Seer does the same shit that Crypto does, except way fucking easier, way fucking better. Like, you don't have to go into your drone to do it. You just keep playing. It's just a thing you throw down. And it's a big ball that anyone walking in there is being tracked. Or if you know someone straight ahead, you do this thing with your hands and it fucking lights their ass up. And not only can you see them, but you see their shield, you see their health. So you know, is it smart for me to just go fucking push this person or not? You know?
Okay,
Seer.
so I think I
And I think you
bought
would like Seer.
I bought Seer right before my computer died on me. But that was also in the beginning, and a lot of people bitch about Seer being too OP.
They
That
fucking say that about every character.
it sounded like me following some of the Reddit stuff. It sounded like they nerfed him a lot afterwards.
I don't notice the difference. I play as Seer now. I pop off. I don't.
Well,
I'm
now,
sure
but
they
I mean,
did.
like in
I'm
the
just saying.
beginning.
No, but I'm saying I don't notice the difference from the beginning versus now.
Okay. Well, okay. If we somehow start playing video games together or Apex together, I will put $20 down on Apex.
Okay.
By the way, this is another thing in my life. Um, I think I'm starting to just not give a shit about money. Like
You
it's
don't
not
have rent.
real. Yeah, that's true. That's true. But also, it's not real.
I mean, it's not, but you still need it.
I offered my mom half my savings to quit my job.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
But then what about when you run out of the other half? The thing is, you will run out because it's finite.
So yes, yes. Technically, it's finite, but also I'm doing the IT program, so the
Oh,
idea.
okay. So that was the idea, like
I
to quit what you're currently doing,
yeah,
focus
yeah. I
on.
would still focus on the IT program, but not pressure the
Oh,
whole.
yeah. No, I get
Um,
that.
and not only that, I wanted to be like, you know what? Fuck it. John is somewhat taking this podcast seriously. Let me be a bum and let's fucking do it. Do a podcast once a week. Fuck it. Let's go.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I wish we could do that. And maybe one day we can. If we make money, get an editor, start streaming, open the bakery in Georgia. Apparently I'm moving to Georgia with you. I hope you've accepted this. Make sure there's a room for me.
I think technically there is.
I don't think I've ever met your family, so
That's not true.
like nothing in passing. The most interaction I don't think I've ever interacted with your mom. The most interaction I had was with your younger sister, but the younger sisters. And it was mostly, is John awake? You promised to go to Denny's with us. You're gonna get him? Okay, cool. Yeah.
You know what's funny?
What?
That one you're talking about, she hasn't listened to our podcast.
How dare she?
Whatever. You can't make people do what they don't want. Whatever. I mean, I appreciate the people who do, but like if you don't, it is what it is. But when I was talking to her last about it, she said something along the lines of like she's just not into video games. I'm like, none of it's about video games. I was like, the fucking like that's separate content. Like, you know what I mean? Like that has nothing to do with the podcast. Like, so you haven't even I thought she attempted it. Now I know she hasn't even attempted it. You know what I mean? Like I was like, what the hell? Video games. This is today I feel like is already the most we've talked about video games. Because we talked about like our favorite co-op, but that was like that was answering a question and we moved on.
Pretty quickly because I was right, it was Left 4 Dead 2.
You know Portal 2? has is like above Left 4 Dead 2 on Steam, like the last couple months or something like that. So there must have been a Twitch streamer who went and played Portal, right? Like what?
Oh
Why?
yeah,
What
yeah,
was with the renewed interest? Like, because that's just random. How? Why would it be in the top 10 out of nowhere?
yeah. Probably a Twitch streamer or yeah, or something went viral.
All I know is my little brother talks about Portal. Doesn't talk about Left 4 Dead.
Has he been introduced?
Yeah, he has. Because
Fuck.
I tried to get him to play again too, or at least to get Back for Blood. I was like, I have this game. I was playing it with my friend. It's pretty fun. It's similar. It's not as good because the thing is with like Left 4 Dead and stuff like those games that you play on PC. He plays on his dad's PC, so
Right.
like he doesn't have access to it. Like when I play with him, it's when he's playing on his PS5 at home. So I was like, well, you could get Back for Blood. And he was just kind of like, eh. I know he would like it too, though, if he just gave it
Yeah.
a chance. That's why I'm saying he must have seen it on YouTube or something, and that's why he started playing it.
We have not played Back for Blood in a bit. I think
If you weren't gonna be dead tired, and if you didn't work tonight, I would be like after this. But yeah,
yeah. Look, I'll give my mom the money. I'll call my boss right here. And it's not even my manager, it's my assistant director. I will call him right here.
Hey, that's so fucked up.
And he was a part of the interview too.
What if you say that and he goes like, "Oh, we were just about to offer you."
Nah. I think another person's getting interviewed.
The one you were telling me about, or separate from that?
Separate.
Okay.
Apparently someone else came up but my manager said that she doesn't even know who the other person is.
Oh.
Like it's being like hush hush to her, which I find a little odd, but whatever. So it's a whole. So I'll see what happens. I don't care one way or the other if I get the job or not. That's kind of where I am mentally about it. Like
Yeah.
I guess it'll be nice. It'll be a new adventure, and I'll be a normal boy who gets to sleep at night. And then all I have to do is convince John to be a normal boy who sleeps at night.
I can't do that.
We can get you a job that's not overnight. We can. We will help
See,
you
this is what my
heal.
therapist talks about with self-sabotage. I don't choose the hardest route, but I don't choose the easiest either, ever.
How the fuck are we friends?
I don't know. Actually, I would say, what do you mean I'm not choosing the harder or easier route with that either? It just is what it is.
Yeah. Maybe you did choose the hard route. Because I was the quiet kid, and you just saw me eating alone.
No, it wasn't the easiest, but it wasn't the hardest. The reason why it wasn't the hardest is because you were the one person I recognized, and you were sitting by yourself. Had you had a group around you, that would have made it a lot harder.
Okay, fair. I'm just trying to think, like, how the fuck do you recognize me? I was some fat piece of shit kid.
That's why I was like, oh, look, there's that fat piece of shit kid.
Fair enough.
I like that, but this is a lot of like my friend. I don't choose the hardest route, and a lot of my friends were not that situation where I went up to them. A lot of them forced themselves into my life.
I don't think I've ever done that.
Yeah, because who wants to force themselves? I don't know what the hell is wrong with these people. I love them, but
also explains why I'm alone.
well, don't force, but you don't put like any effort.
I don't. Yeah. I don't put myself out there.
You applied for assistant manager. You're doing the IT program. We talked about Fortnite. I talked about surfing and Apex. Apex is great. You should play Apex. James.
Yeah.
I've been popping off. Have you watched my recent videos?
Yeah.
I'm getting loose.
Honestly, sometimes I'm surprised. Like I see a video posted, I'm like, he's awake.
Well, if it's posted, I'm probably asleep at that point because it takes, I put it to upload and then I go to sleep. And also, those videos aren't necessarily from that moment. Like I might have played like 2 days ago, recorded a bunch, but I didn't have time to edit it together. And then I come home from work, edit it together, and then wait, what's this?
Well, I mean, don't you edit it with the PlayStation 5?
Yeah, but it's still editing. I would do the same thing on another program.
Sure.
I'm just cutting stuff out and stitching it together.
Okay.
How is that not editing? How is it not the same exact thing?
It's just a more you have less tools at your disposal, I guess.
Yeah, but for the purposes of what I wouldn't do anything different on a higher end software because I'm not a
Well, you
YouTuber.
might have.
No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. The only way is if I started getting viewership. So then there was a demand for something better. I'm doing it for myself.
Can I say
Mostly
your
like,
YouTube?
huh? Yeah, go ahead.
John's YouTube is Olhiza, Oilhiza.
No, you spelled it wrong.
What? No, I
It's
did not.
yeah, it's right here, and you spelled it wrong. It's Oilahize.
Oh,
E.
wow. I'm tired because I stalk you on Google every now and again.
Stalked me? What do you mean?
Yeah, I check if you post shit on Reddit.
How is that stalking?
Oh, it's stalking.
Okay, whatever. But yeah, like I mostly do it for myself because, well, first I want to show it to like people I play with, right? So like I'll send it to Garrett, it's Steve when we used to play a lot, whatever. But also to see what I'm doing right and what I'm doing wrong. So like I upload videos and sometimes I hate those fucking videos that I
Fuck
upload because I'm like,
you.
what? That's how I get better.
Oh my god.
I'm so much better than I used to be. I'm literally twice as better because my KD used to be like 0.7. It's like 1.4 now.
Oh my god, you're like one of those football people who watch their previous games.
Apex is serious, bro.
Fuck off.
It's a hard game.
Just fuck off. I played the
You
Quarry.
need what?
I played the Quarry.
The horror
Yeah.
game or whatever? Okay.
By the way, if we did a vacation, you, me, Steve, Arthel, whoever, my idea was bring a PlayStation 5 and bring up Until Dawn, the Quarry, and a bunch of their other like smaller games, like Man of Medan, stuff like that.
So how mad would you be if we all brought our PS5s and then all we wanted to do was play Apex?
Be very mad because it's a 3-player game and there's 4 of us. Be actually very upsetting. Be like, why aren't we playing Fortnite at least? Because then we can
Fortnite
have.
sucks.
Fuck you.
That game is for people who suck at Apex.
I hate you so much. I hate you so much.
Look, think about it this way. I enjoy Fortnite. I'm mostly joking, but the thing is, I do like the more seriousness of Apex, and Fortnite to me really is like just easier. Like I just told you the situation with my brother. We had one match. I haven't played Fortnite. We're playing with Michelle. I'm sorry, she's gonna be so mad when she hears this. She sucks at Fortnite. And she played once before that. My mom is not a gamer. Imagine if you made your mom play Fortnite.
Didn't you say your mom played like something back in the day?
Huh?
Like a MMORPG?
What'd you say?
Didn't your mom play like a game back in the day, like back in high school?
Like a long time ago. Wait, in high school? I
when
remember she
when
played
we were in high school.
Zelda. She played Zelda at one point.
Okay. Thought you mentioned someone. I don't remember what the game was. Maybe it was Maple Story or something.
I got her to play. No, that's what I was gonna say. I got her to play Maple Story for a little bit, but that was mostly because Raj was also playing Maple Story.
Okay.
So then they kind of, whatever.
But here's the thing. Your mom understands video games. My mom has never played a video game, or if she did, it was like Pong.
Yeah, but even if you understand video games, playing a shooter is totally different.
Fair.
Because you need to have the hand-eye coordination that you've never built up. You know what I mean? So like when my mom first, I'm not gonna lie, I said that, but this wasn't her first time playing Fortnite. She's played with Dylan in the past, so she actually can like aim and shoot now. You know what I mean? Like before, I remember the first time I saw her play Fortnite, she was like looking at the sky. You know what I mean? Like she wasn't.
I've killed
like,
a lot of people like that. Yeah.
Yeah, so you killed her. That's who you were killing. But she's better now. Like she actually can like follow us and shoot and do stuff.
I will
We
say,
won as a team.
every now and again I'm playing Fortnite and I'm just like, am I playing against bots? Am I playing against people on phones? Like, there's no way I just got 5 kills in the past like 2 minutes.
I don't know. I mean, the thing is, I've heard people say there's bots in Fortnite, but do they just mean that that's new players who don't know what they're doing, or is there literal bots?
No, there's
Because
little
people
bots.
call there's literal bots in Fortnite.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Like I was confused. So
Yeah,
yeah,
I think I believe I heard like the first 2 or 3 games, if you go in by yourself,
yeah.
the first time you play, they're all
I've
bots
never played by myself though.
to like give you like confidence.
Oh, that I mean that would be smart to
I'm
do.
gonna send you a link to a Giant Bomb series. Abby Russell, formerly of Giant Bomb, and now formerly of G4, but she did a series where she is a fan of this musician Saint Vincent. I wasn't aware of her at the time, but she found out that Vincent plays Fortnite. So on her on Giant Bomb, she said playing uh playing Fortnite with Saint Vincent eventually.
Mhm.
So she just kept playing. Hopefully, like at some point, someone on Twitter would be like, "Oh, let's get Saint Vincent to actually play with her." I'm not gonna tell you if it was successful or not, because you should just watch it. Because she played with like Ron Funches, other people like in the gaming industry, stuff like that.
So she was nobody in the beginning.
She was, I mean, Abby Russell of GiantBomb.com.
So she was she known like you knew who she was then.
Yes, well, I was a fan of Giant Bomb.
I don't know. There's a lot of people on a lot of different sites. I don't know every single one of them. But like
It's Giant Bomb. It's a small
whatever.
crew.
Okay, okay. So yeah, I
Jeff
don't know.
Gerstmann left Giant Bomb, by the way. I told you
Okay,
that, didn't I?
probably.
Man, you don't know your fucking video game journalism history. Fuck you.
I don't care.
I could tell you the story of Jeffrey Gerstmann.
Can you tell me the story of Greg Miller?
Oh, Greg Miller made millions with Kind of Funny. Great for him. While
He did
having
not.
cancer.
He did not make millions, but he did have cancer.
Yeah.
But but I think
No,
that
no,
was
but
before kind of funny. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he was still at IGN.
yeah, I think so. It's been a bit. Um,
He's married and has a child now.
yeah.
And he's also on a show on the WWE, so I don't know what's going on. Yeah.
Yeah, good
I
for him.
stopped
Like
following
that
too,
makes
but I just
sense.
saw them.
That makes
Yeah,
sense,
it makes
honestly.
sense, but I was just like, what? But anyways.
But fucking Jeff Gerstmann, like, are you familiar with the Kane Lynch review?
No.
So he was a GameSpot. He was long time. He was like doing a managerial role at some
Mm-hmm.
point, and he was still doing reviews. And he did the review for Kane Lynch, and he gave
Mm-hmm.
it a very low score. Kane Lynch was also uh doing advertisements on a bunch of websites, GameSpot including, and Kane Lynch, the publisher or the developer, probably the publisher, took those ads away from GameSpot,
Mm-hmm.
and Jeff Gerstmann got fired for that.
That's insane.
It is. It's fucking insane because it was, you're supposed to have journalistic integrities, and the reason it happened was because GameSpot was like sold to CNET, which later got bought by CBS Interactive, but there was a lot of management stuff. So management who never worked with in magazines or journalism or reviews in general pretty much went saw that they lost money because of this review and fired him. And then he went to go create Giant Bomb, and a bunch of people from GameSpot left left GameSpot to go join him at Giant Bomb. And he grew this, tiny company. It grew like I don't know. I feel like Giant Bomb is very highly respected in
Mm-hmm.
the video game journalism field.
Mm-hmm.
I don't I couldn't say how popular they are like by people, but I mean they had a subscription, they made money. Like I think they even said like a lot of reasons they can get away with a lot of stuff is because of the subscriptions they bring in. And then later on, the company that helped, start up Giant Bomb and a bunch of other websites, it was called Whiskey Media. It was time to like sell the companies, and Giant Bomb got bought by CBS, which is also the company that owned GameSpot. So Giant Bomb and GameSpot were in the same office,
Mm-hmm.
and so Jeff Gerstmann did an interview with whoever the in charge person of GameSpot at the time was, because GameSpot had to get its credibility back, so they hired good people. And he
Mm-hmm.
did an actual interview with the person there talking about what happened. And not only that, he kept talking about what happened and talked about how some of the people who fucking fired him are still in the company and he had to deal with them on a daily basis. And now Giant Bomb is owned by Red Ventures.
How did that happen? How did it get bought by a different?
CBS was selling a bunch of stuff, and it sold GameSpot, Giant Bomb, CNET. Is that? I think that's CNET. Yeah, the tech review stuff, and it got sold to Red Ventures. It was just a company needed to sell,
Mm-hmm.
and with Red Ventures, like some of the long running people left, like Vinny Caravella, Brad Shoemaker, Alex, Abby left, Ben Pack.
I mean, the reason why I asked if she was already known is because, like, that's why she was able to attract, other people, though. It wasn't just because she had that
I
name
mean,
there.
she
It's
had
because
the backing
she's
of
somebody.
Giant Bomb.
Yeah. So, because I was gonna say, like, maybe, like, we should have been or naming our podcast something totally different or something like that. But it's like that wouldn't work for us because we're nobody.
Our podcast with Obama.
Yeah, James and John and Obama tried podcast.
Yeah, Obama couldn't make it this time, guys. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. He's busy.
You,
He's
you know
where is
what's
he?
funny? He would probably sue us.
Yeah,
We would get
probably.
a cease and desist. Like we'd have to take his name off.
Yeah.
That'd be another thing, though. We've been sued by Obama.
He couldn't accept our fame. Now we are known as James and John and not Obama Try Podcasting. I actually meant to ask you this earlier, but I'm just curious. You mostly have the friend group who's listening to the podcast and maybe giving you feedback. Anything about the last podcast, the tabletop RPG one?
I just saw that Elijah commented, and then Garrett texted me to say that he liked it. That's it. Nothing specific. Just,
Okay.
but he doesn't text me about every episode, so
Okay.
that was still stood out enough for him to go, "Hey, I liked this one." I think it was just for him. It was something different. I don't think he's ever listened, to
Right.
anything like that.
So no one wanted to like be like, oh yeah, I want to do an RPG with you guys now.
No one said that. I didn't ask. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I could ask everyone who listened to it for more, but those were just people who
Right.
unprompted said something. So I feel like I want to shout out our new
Oh
listener.
shit, sure.
How do you pronounce their
I need to
name?
look at it. Jeez. This might be a slur for all I fucking know.
I really don't think so, but that'd be hilarious.
We want to thank Heta Games,
Games or
HETAGAMES.
gaming?
Games. Or at least that's what it says here.
Wait, what are you on?
YouTube.
I thought it said gaming.
Well, I want to thank Heta Games, who listened to our podcast, left a comment on every single podcast, or if not every single, most of them. Plus some of our other stuff.
Yeah, I was gonna say it wasn't
Which,
just the podcast stuff.
yeah, so man, thank you. That honestly, when I got comments, I was very confused. uh And I hope you continue listening to us and enjoy the ride. If you got friends who are cool, show us to them too. That's what everyone should be doing.
Yeah. Also, if you listen to this one, let us know, how did you find us?
Yeah, hold on, let me check what the email address
Are you
is.
someone we know? Or are you a random person?
Yeah, you can send us stuff on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, maybe. And we actually have an email address that I never put out there. And I would have to probably log back into.
Also, the Head of Games account is a YouTube account, and they actually have their own gaming content on there. I don't know if you clicked on it and looked.
I did. Um, I had to search their name, and it looks like 5 years ago they.
Was their last?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't notice that. I just saw that there was stuff, and then I saw like they had one old video from a long time ago that had like millions of views. I was like, wow, they should keep
Oh,
doing
cool.
stuff then.
But our email address is jjtping@gmail.com. If you want to reach out to us there, go for it. I don't know. I probably have to put it. I should probably log into that one of these days.
That'd be funny if people have.
We've never put it out there before.
Oh, it's not on anything. It's not
I
linked
don't think
anywhere.
so. Because I
Okay.
was like, let us figure shit out first.
Yeah, no,
And
that's
then we
probably for the
forgot.
best.
So I think I did tell you I was going to tell you the story of Space Jam, the new one, but let's not.
I wonder. Sorry, just the last thing about Head of Games is because I think I looked them up. I think they might have a Twitch now, and that's why they don't have YouTube videos.
Oh,
Unless it's a different person that happens to be called Head of Games, but I doubt it.
maybe. I don't fucking know.
But anyways, go ahead.
But yeah, I don't think we're going to talk about Space Jam.
Wait, no, if something's bad, like that's a good thing to talk about too, I think.
No, I kind of want to go into this. We've been doing this for about 6 months. We're halfway through. How do you feel about it?
Wait, I thought this was 7.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. What do you mean how do I feel about it?
Like, how do you think we're doing?
I think we're doing good. Like, I mean, again, other than exposure, I feel like I like the episodes. So,
Right.
you know, I'm proud of that. And then we got one random person finally.
Yeah.
Potentially. I guess we'll see if they comment
How
to say,
sad is it
"Oh, I'm
gonna
actually a
be?
person you know."
Yeah. Ah.
I mean, I don't think it'll be that sad. I'll be like, "Oh well." It was a little disappointing that you're not some random person, but oh well.
Thank you for commenting. Fuck it.
Yeah, I mean, if it's someone I know, okay, I'm happy they listened. And if it's someone we don't know, it's a little exciting that it's some random person that found us. It's still a person who took the time to listen and
Yeah.
comment.
Yeah. And it's clear that they've listened to it because they're mentioning things.
That are specific to the episode.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, but no, I mean, I'm like I said, I'm happy with it. I feel like we've maybe done even better than I thought in a way, just from
Yeah.
like the quality of it.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still learning how to audio edit, get the shit down.
Oh, that's another thing. I'm happy with the work you've done specifically because like you've told me like problems that have been my fault because of the mic or whatever.
Yeah, which, by
But
the way, you want to straighten that mic out really quickly?
like that.
Yeah. Make sure
Okay.
it's pointing at the mouth. It looked like it was pointing away.
Oh, okay, sorry. But the thing is, when you listen to it, sometimes you can notice, but it's like I feel like we notice more than someone who's just
Yeah.
randomly listening to it would. So you make it sound good. And even in the beginning, that was one of the remember I showed you like what one of my friends who works for a podcasting network said where she was like, it sounds better than most podcasts that I have to deal with. So, you're
Yeah.
doing a good job.
Yeah, and again, like there's a bit of me that's like I wish I could put more into it in a way. I wish we could do like a weekly or even a bi-weekly episode. You and me would have to have so much more meetings and figure out shit to record about. which we actually have to do at some point because I think we're hitting some of the getting close to the barrel of ideas we have.
Mm-hmm.
And then we did even more than I thought with the doing the Left 4 Dead, the Portal 2. I kind of wish we could have kept up steam on that, but I like the only way that would happen is you taking up some editing roles or something like that, because there's only so much I can do at once.
Mm-hmm.
But I also learned a lot by doing the social media like videos for like the Left 4 Dead and the Portal ones. God, I put too much effort into like a 3 minute, a 1 minute or 3 minute clip, however long they were. Like hours work into a fucking minute. Never mind.
Did it not get easier though, as you did as you learned?
Uh, I mean a little bit. Uh, Like the thing is because it's so choppy, I'm not doing it consistently. Like
Mm-hmm.
there's some times I'm like, I forgot how to do this.
Mm-hmm.
Editing these the podcasts, sometimes I'm like, I hope I'm doing this correctly because I feel like I'm spending 6 hours on this 2 hour podcast and it really should be like 4 hours I should be spending. I need to get quicker on getting the podcast done and uploaded. That's the only way we can get, to start hitting things. But also our schedules suck. I'm happy you and me are doing something and doing something consistently. Or at least as consistently as we can, because I think
Yeah.
I've always wanted to do something like this. My
This is
YouTube
already the
channel.
most time we've put into
Yeah.
one of these things together, yeah. It sucks though that we've kind of fallen behind in a way. I know we're
Yes.
like just barely getting this, but I feel behind, especially since we had created Cushion a few months back where we got 2 done. I
Yeah.
really thought that was gonna give. I mean, it did give us breathing room because what if we didn't do that?
Yeah.
We
Yeah. Yeah.
probably would have not been able to get one of these out with both of us. Um, yeah. Still, I think we're doing the best we can, essentially.
Yeah. And I think we just need to be on top of each other with our schedules and trying to. I try not to push too hard because I don't want to be that person.
Yeah, no, but just your text where you're like, "Oh, what days do you have off?" That helps to remind me. I mean, I really don't think I had a day before today. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, or yesterday I had, but you couldn't do yesterday.
Right.
Um, yeah, because I said night and you said you worked, and yeah. I don't know. It's tough. We're getting by though so far. But like you said, I am a little worried that we're getting to the end of the idea barrel, anyways.
I mean, there's a simple solution. I well, let's just go for it. I've made some suggestions for stuff like let's watch this movie. Let's watch
Mhm.
this TV show.
TV show stuff. What movie though? What
We did
which
Hell
one have you?
House.
Oh, you mean in the past?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay,
We
okay.
done for me, we did one movie, one TV show.
Yeah.
We can easily just copy that over to you. You pick a movie, you pick a TV show.
Okay.
Did you see my text about Boy Meets World?
The podcast that they have,
Yeah, yeah,
or
yeah.
yeah. I haven't listened to it yet.
Yeah. I haven't either. I've seen clips on TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah. Maybe Boy Meets World not great idea right now.
Why? What do you mean? Maybe there's more attention on Boy Meets World than there's been in a long time.
Maybe, but I think people are gonna go to the actors
They
than
might listen to
us.
more than one thing. That's a very specific point of view. Like they were never gonna get from them what they get from us, or vice versa. Like it's a totally different thing.
I'm just saying you could pick a TV show that has maybe like 10 episodes.
Oh no, that would be more easy for sure. Like that's the problem. It's hard to do that long of a.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying that that's not the reason to not do it though, is because they have a podcast. Like think about like when a show is popular, right? There's like how many podcasts that are about that one show? You know what I mean? It doesn't they don't negate each other. It's like, no, this is the time to do it because this is when it's its most popular. So right now, Boy Meets World again is probably more popular than it's been in a while because of them doing that.
Okay.
So okay, so I want to watch that. Have you started any new podcasts? Like I was saying, I've started listening to two. They have the same person though. That's why. So I
Oh,
became a fan of Whiskey Ginger, which is by Andrew Santino. He's a comedian, and that one is just him bringing on a different comedian every single episode, and they just talk. But then I found out that he has another podcast with Bobby Lee, another comedian, and it's called Bad Friends. And I think you should watch that one. And if you watch Bad Friends, start at the beginning.
okay.
You got to do it. It's a journey. Also, it's interesting because even though they've both podcast before, you can see them starting a new podcast and like working the kinks out. I don't know. It just made me think of us starting a podcast. You know what I mean? Like, even though they've already done it, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's still, I guess, starting a new one. It's not like, oh, it's just, you just do the same shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, no, you got to make this interesting in its own right. And it's a different dynamic with two, people versus one, or whether it's your podcast or it's a shared podcast. And it's funny because Bobby Lee, I mean, I'm nothing like we're nothing like them as people, but Andrew Santino's the one running it, you know? So it's like that's your role, and then like Bobby Lee's the one that just shows up and is like, "I'm here." That's my role. And they're bad friends. I'm not saying we're bad friends on some level, but like
I would say we've had our moments of not
they talk a
being.
lot more though. They're so mean to each other, but it's also because they're comedians, so it's like a funny thing to them. But it's like Jesus.
Oh, I was saying we're bad friends. Like we don't keep up with each other as much as we should.
Yeah, in that way. Yeah.
The only podcast that I newly started listening to was A More Civilized Age, a Clone Wars podcast.
The fuck is that?
So you told me I should watch Wars after talking to you about enjoying Obi-Wan.
Yeah, yeah.
So this podcast, I knew about it because Austin Walker is one of the people on it. I know their names. Hold on. I just have to look at it. I know Austin Walker. He used to be on Giant Bomb, and he then went off to be the head editor of Vice's video game thing, which was Waypoint. He left that at one point though, and now he's kind of doing like freelance story writing stuff like that. But it also has Rob Zachney, who is also a editor at Waypoint. Ali Akapora, who is part of Austin Walker's tabletop RPG. That's where I know her from. I don't know what else she does. And then Natalie Watson, who is also someone from Waypoint left and kind of back at Waypoint. I don't know. That's confusing. But I know them from these separate things, and they did this podcast for the Clone Wars, and they watch like 2 or 3 episodes, and then they have a discussion about those episodes. And actually, it starts with episode 1 of Star Wars, the movie, then episode 2, and then it goes into the Clone Wars.
Mm-hmm.
So I've been listening to that, and it's very interesting to get their like opinions and the things they notice, because Austin Walker
So you're
is.
not watching Clone Wars though.
Oh yeah, I am.
Oh, okay. I was
I'm
like, what the
watching.
fuck?
I'm watching the
Okay.
episodes. They.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Like I'm
Okay,
on. Yeah, I watch like.
So
2
you
or 3
already know more
episodes.
about Clone Wars than I do.
Oh, you never watched Clone Wars? What?
No. I've watched Clone Wars, but I just feel like it's been so long. But the fact that not only you're watching it, but then you're getting like insight that you might have not had, like you're more invested than like obviously I ever was.
Well, here's the cool thing about like Austin Walker. He was a journalistic writer. So he knows how to research things and find quotes from the creators of the show for specific episodes, even.
Yeah.
And not only that, they are, I would say, politically, left like us. So it's very interesting to watch, this show that, this republic turning into an empire.
Mhm.
Um, there's a lot of something I wouldn't necessarily pick up, but the show was made while we were, the war in Iraq, Iran, the
Iraq,
after yeah,
Afghanistan.
yeah, yeah,
We
yeah,
were in 2
thank
wars.
you, Jesus. But after 9/11,
Post 9/11.
yeah, yeah. So it was there's like similarities they're saying uh from that because it's a war story during a time while America was at war. And it's very interesting to get their insight and their intelligence and then just talking shit about Jar Jar.
Mhm.
Um but also they're not like very critical of Jar Jar, but they're like they very much are like Palpatine and Jar Jar are just like the duo, you know?
Mhm.
Palpatine knows how to puppet Jar Jar in such a way and make it work. Yeah, it's very interesting, and I really love their insight, and they're very entertaining.
How far are you?
I'm, let's see, I'm on episode 9 of the podcast, but uh, episode 9 is going to be episode 15 and 16 of the show. So again, I watched the 2 movies, the Clone War movie, and then now we're in the show.
Okay.
And it's
Wait,
very
there was 2 movies?
episode 1 and 2 of
Oh,
Star
okay,
Wars,
okay.
then the
Okay,
Clone
okay, okay,
Wars
okay.
movie. Yeah,
Got you,
yeah.
got you. Okay.
And yeah, I'm really enjoying it, and I like people who are passionate about something, and a lot of them, some of them
So
have like a lot of Star Wars like fandom, and some have only a little bit,
yeah,
and
yeah.
it's a lot of really interesting perspectives. So
So
and
so when
yeah,
you
yeah.
finish Clone Wars, does that mean you're gonna watch, like, Revenge of the Sith? Like, does it continue in that way with the podcast as well, or
I don't know. I think they're still on Clone Wars because Clone Wars is like 7 seasons.
so when did it start, the podcast?
December 18th, 2020 was episode 1.
Oof. Yeah, it's gonna be going for a
And
while.
the latest episode is August 3rd, 2022. Clone Wars 94 and 97. So I actually don't know what
Like,
that means.
they're, like, 5 seasons in, maybe?
Wikipedia Clone Wars episode 94. Okay, that's season 5.
Boom.
Yeah, fuck. Good job, man. But I'm only getting through like an episode a week because that's pretty much all I can allow.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's gonna be a bit. Not only that, they have different ages. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's just a lot of really interesting perspectives. Uh, I really loved watching episode 2 of Star Wars. Bad movie. Not a great movie. And then just listening to them talk about it because I was like, man, Anakin's giving a lot of red flags during the scene to
Yeah.
Padme, like a lot of red flags. And the movie's like, oh, he's being flirty.
Yeah.
Uh, and then I'm like, and then I listen to a podcast, and they're like, what the fuck is going on here? I'm like, thank you. uh oh, there should just be a dictatorship. Oh, you're making fun of me. That was a fucking line from the movie. Again, fine movie. Just bad
Yeah.
moments. Oh, I
Yeah.
slaughtered all these people. Oh, it's okay, honey. I slaughtered not only like, oh, I slaughtered these people. I slaughtered the men, the women, the children like animals. And he's, fucking he's clearly upset about it, which good. Like that's like the only redeeming factor of the whole thing. But then she's like, "Oh, it's okay. We all get angry sometimes." And it's just like, no, you can comfort him and just be like, "Hey, we need to get you help. We need to mention this to your mentor. And we need to like therapy." Like, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Not great. Not great movies. I enjoyed them growing up, but they're not
Oh
great.
yeah, no. I mean, again, we were much younger, and it's also very interesting because the second movie, uh, one of the guys, Rob Zachney, like straight up admitted he fell asleep halfway through, and he watched it like in a theater. And then I think he went to see the third movie and he didn't understand what was going on.
Just because he didn't
Yeah,
finish
he
the
was just
second.
like,
Okay.
where did all these stormtroopers come from?
Oh.
Order 66? What's okay? But they are very entertaining. It's making me enjoy that show more. Like, I know
But it's a good show, though, right?
it's not bad. It no, here's the thing. I think
Mm-hmm.
the first season has a lot of trying to figure out
Yeah. It gets
itself.
better. It
Yeah.
gets better for
Oh no,
sure.
I've heard how it like the last episode I listened to on the podcast were like talking about how later episodes talk about the economics of the war, about the baking clan. I'm like, I want to learn about that. Like, I want to go that in depth on that way because right now it's just like story of the week. What the fuck did
Oh, okay.
Anakin
Yeah.
do
Yeah,
now?
honestly, like it was so long ago, I don't really remember the first season. I just know that the show gets really good cuz
Yeah.
like I remember by the time, well, I was going to say by when it ends, but I didn't actually see the end because they brought it back a little bit, to like
Oh,
finish
okay.
it or whatever. But when it ended the first time, I really fucking cared. You know what I mean? Like I really cared about shit that was happening. And then when they bring back characters in Star Wars Rebels, it's like so good.
So yeah, I'm enjoying it so far, and I hopefully I keep up with it. Yeah. Well, so far we've discussed many things that I don't even remember because I'll be honest, I'm a little delusional. I'm not entirely sure if John's background is moving or if I'm just about to pass out.
You're about to pass out.
Cool. The flag thing in the back isn't going blue?
Oh, there's an AC blowing that might be making it move a
Okay.
little bit. Okay.
That makes me feel a little bit better. Also, I look purple. So, I guess what's the future looking like for us? Near,
What do you mean?
far? Like, I don't know,
I
what
don't
are we
know.
working towards?
That is so loaded. I don't fucking know.
Well, like I said, I'm trying to maybe get another career, like an actual career going. I want to do so much more, but it's also hard to do something by yourself. Like I wanted to stream at some point, but well, my computer fucked up. Fuck you, computer. I'm probably gonna mess with it a bit and then just take it to a shop. Worst case scenario, I can move my old motherboard into it. But I was gonna stream Portal 1 in one sitting.
Jesus. Do you remember enough so that it won't be too
Yeah,
long? Okay.
it's a 3-hour game, and I've done it before in the past. Not recently, but I remember a fair amount enough of it. Like I know how to skip a level when I get to it. Yeah,
Nice.
I played that game with commentary on it. It was just like, so we figured out playtesters were doing this thing to skip the whole puzzle, and we left it in because fuck it, why not? It takes more skill to do that than the puzzle.
Wait, why? But why put the effort if it takes more skill to do that?
No, it takes more skill, like just noticing it. Like if you're
Oh.
playing that game, you're not going to be going like, I think I can do this and that, because literally it's a part where there's stairs. You go up the stairs and the stairs disappear, um, or something like that. And there's the exit is nearby, and there's a platform that's raised up, and you have to find a way to get the platform to raise down, and then remove whatever that's to make it raise back up. Instead, you can put a portal at the bottom of this, not that tall of a drop. You put a portal there and a portal by the exit. You drop down, and then you have enough momentum to get on the ledge to exit. And like, if you're not really, honestly, you're probably just focused on, okay, I need to figure out how to make that go down.
Mm.
But yeah, I wanted to stream, and then computer problems, and That was the world telling me I should just stop trying.
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. I mean, I've been on a couple sets recently again.
Great.
Like yesterday I told you I was on another one of Chris's music videos. Should be good. Like
Nice.
it was really fun. Like it was fun the previous time too, but there was just I don't know, there was like a different energy. I don't know if it was because the pressure he had, like he's moving. So it's
Oh,
like he has to get this done and he has to get it done right and I don't know,
like
like
moving out of state
yeah,
or
he's moving to Georgia and then I think to LA at some point after that. But
oh
but
wow.
the point is this is right now until he has like, like real resources, the last he can do with this group of people probably, you know?
Right.
Um so there was like a certain energy on the set, and it was really nice and fun and everyone wanted it to be good and I feel like people were more involved than usual, Like usually not to say he wasn't in charge, he was. It was his vision, but like usually he's like so in charge that like it's just everyone's just listening to him. But I felt like a lot of people were like coming up with cool ideas and we would try it, you know what I mean? And we'll see what stays when the editors do their thing, but like we did a lot more takes, I feel
Okay.
like. And tried a lot of different things and people were just having a lot of fun and even the people who do the videography, they're directors too, but like usually on his sets, again, they, he does his thing. I felt like they were more involved with like ideas and, and then they were into it and it was good, you know? And this one, since I ended up doing, I told you last time I ended up doing like behind the scenes photography or whatever, and he really
Right,
liked
right,
it.
right.
That's what he had me do this time. Like he gave me his camera, his like a
Oh,
real
nice.
camera, because I did it on my phone before. And that was intimidating. I'm not gonna lie. Cause like it's been so long since I've used like a real camera. So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh shit, there's so many more buttons on this thing. And I'm like flipping through, trying to figure it out, trying to figure out how to get good shots. And then, I took good pictures though, but it got harder on the second part because like, there, it was like it's like a club scene. So there's like flashing lights and stuff. That's hard to take
Yeah.
good photographs when the lighting is changing every 2 seconds. And then like because you have to wait for it to like focus and stuff like that because of the light changing, I
Right.
kept missing the stuff that I wanted. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, this is good, and then it's like a picture that takes like 10 seconds for it to take, and now
Yeah.
the scene is different from when I press the button. So it is what it is. There was still good stuff, but that was good. And you know how I was saying like I can't lie.
Yeah.
That was a moment I wish I could, because there was a person asking me like they were pretty much asking me if they could pay me to take photos. And then I'm such a fucking idiot. I was like, I'm just doing this as a friend for him. I'm like such a fucking moron. Like maybe that's my first paid job. You know what I mean? We'll see though, because like I got his information though still, because he has like a nice car. That part of the thing is at a car wash. And
Oh,
so
okay.
Chris like wanted to use his car. And so I took some pictures and I'm gonna like end up sending like the final stuff to him, see what he says. Like if he likes it, like maybe, he'll still hire me anyways. I don't know.
All right. That sounds cool.
Yeah, could be cool. But it's like again, that's a moment where I should just be like, yeah, I do this. You know what I mean? Like even though I've only really done it twice for him. I've taken other, I mean, like I'm not the best with like again, like with like a good camera, like
Right.
taking the time to like set up like that, but I have a good eye. That's why I take good pictures. But whatever. That was one of those things. And then another set I was on was uh follow up from a previous thing I did with Unemployed Idiots. That's the name of the production company.
Oh, okay.
But again, really fun. Like the director, her name is, I don't know how to say her last name actually. Megan P. That's what Gabe always calls her. That's the one that introduced me. Um, she just makes a fun set every time. And I wish Chris was on that set though, because like she ended up essentially putting together a music festival for the
Oh,
scene. Yeah, because like the scene, so the scene calls for a music festival. So she's like, I'm gonna actually put together a music festival. And she got different performers and stuff, and they all performed, and it was awesome. But I was like, Chris should have been one of the performers, you know? And I had already kind of like introduced them, and they've been like doing stuff, but like that wasn't brought up. I was like, God, that would have been awesome. And it was awesome. Like I wasn't expecting it because like I went there to just be an extra. I mean, that's all I was. My phone wasn't working, so I couldn't do my own sneaky photography really. But it was a whole ass festival. I was like, we're not even like performing. We're just enjoying an actual festival. That's what they're capturing, you know? So that's what I've been up to. But I don't know what I'm doing with that.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, keep up with them.
I'll try. Chris is moving. And it, you know, it doesn't sound like he'll be there long. Like it'd be one thing if it's like, oh, well, I'll be there eventually too. You know, by the time I am, he'll be probably in California.
Okay.
You know, so I got to keep up with Megan because she's here. She's always doing something. Like she has a production company. She, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's not for nothing. She actually is like doing the work.
Was this the one where you like reached out on Instagram and they were just like, show up?
Show up. Yep.
Cool.
Yeah. What?
I'm just saying, you have a platform right now.
Mm-hmm.
You can even just like record, like see if any of these people want to do a podcast, and it could just be you and them.
I mean, I know you were gonna do one without me, but I don't want to do one without you though.
Who the fuck am I?
You're the James and John.
It would just be a bonus episode.
Oh, okay. I mean, I guess if it's just a bonus episode.
Like,
but...
like the reason I'm saying this is like, I don't know. Would you want to interview them?
I've thought about it. I'm just like, I've never interviewed anyone though, other than for a job.
Fucking go for it. And not only that, you can record it, you can edit it, you can touch, you know, you can get a feel for some of this stuff. That way, if like we record something and, you know, I get hit by a bus, you can edit it.
Nice.
Because you're not going to call 911, motherfucker.
But the thing is, I like, again, to me, this is our podcast. Like, I wouldn't. I know you're saying just do it, but like, I don't know. It's just not. That's a different thing then to me. Like, that's not James and John. And then your question, like, if we did interviews, like, your questions would be totally different from mine. Especially in that situation, I know these people, you don't. You'd have to go watch their stuff though.
Yeah, that's kind of the thing. I think I watched when you shared some photos and you tagged this person. I think I watched one of their videos.
Which one?
It was like a guy who was dating someone, and then you find out like there's another person involved.
Okay, I mean, they were in it, but that wasn't their thing.
Okay,
like, they were just performing in that. Like that was someone else's thing that they showed up for.
Okay, I remember being entertained by it. You know?
Oh, it was hilarious. I know what you're talking about. Cause like, she shows up to crash essentially like a proposal because she thought that she was with that person.
Right.
And that person's like, I'm polyamorous. It's like, shouldn't everybody involved know that? Like,
right.
Both of them are equally shocked. It was so chaotic. Like everything about it was like chaos. It was hilarious.
So I'm just saying, like, especially for you, like, dip your toes into editing and, you know, being a more functional member of this team. Look, man, I know I'm hideously ugly and you're the pretty boy face of this whole thing.
Jesus. Okay. I don't think people view it like that.
How do you think people view this?
That we're a duo.
Yeah.
But I'm not the face.
No. But you're the pretty boy.
Okay.
I'm the elephant man. You're the... I don't know. I wasn't really sure where I was going with that. I just want to mention the elephant man. For some of our younger listeners. That's a movie you can go watch.
Or just Google Elephant Man
Oh
so that you
yeah,
know what he's talking about. But Jesus.
that would be a fun one. Anyway, the man couldn't lay down. Whatever. Uh, but the main reason I'm saying this is one. I think so. Again, I'm doing this IT program. One of the things is like, hey, do an informational interview with someone. I'm never gonna do it because, but it's like that's one way to uh, get yourself through the door by asking questions, making connections, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
It's all bullshit, but you should do it. It's bullshit for me, but like for a fucking IT job, who the fuck cares? But for an actual like creative pursuit, it actually can be.
I mean, I disagree that I think it's you can do it for anything. Like I don't
Sure.
think it matters. You know, like whatever you're trying to do, if you do it, it can be beneficial to you. It's just you don't care enough. That's why, you know, that's why it doesn't seem beneficial in that situation. No, but I get what you're saying, but again, why wouldn't it be both of us? You don't think you could get anything out of these people or learn something or make a connection?
Because my brain broke for a second because
Hmm.
I know I have a point here. It's just trying to fucking figure it out. You have the connection with the people.
Yeah, and I would be there.
I don't know how much I could add because again, you're the one that's very much a as much as I've tried to have you do uh part of be a part of my creative pursuits, my creative pursuits have always been video games, podcasting,
But it's still
videos.
media.
It's still media, but I don't think I have much to offer in the like making or the music making, you know.
Yeah, but that doesn't have to be the only questions. The questions could be more personal. First off, the questions could be anything that they're willing to answer. That's the first thing. And then the second thing is like one of the questions that I would have should be the same fucking question you have, which is just like,
How did you
how do you
start
just keep
this?
yeah, how do you just keep doing it? How did you get to
Yeah.
the point where you have a production company? How did you get to the point where you were able to hire a production company to film your music videos and keep that? You know what I mean? Like how did you do that? You know what I mean? And the answers will probably be simple things that we can think, but it's like I just want to hear them say it to like it's real. You know what I mean? When you say it. You know what I mean? Like when cuz I'm sure he just reached out and they said, "Yes, it's this, it's that." And you just do it. But it's like instead of just knowing that that's how it is, it's like when someone says how they specifically do it, it just makes it more real. If that makes any sense to you.
I guess also like the problem is like you and me have a hard time scheduling together.
Mhm.
Now we are gonna add a third person.
I mean, I feel like it can still be done and easier with them than with someone like Garrett. I think we can still figure something out with Garrett. I just got to push him more.
Oh
But the
yeah,
thing
no.
is,
I want to do the
those
Garrett one.
but the thing is these two people I'm talking about are self-motivated people. They're easier to schedule because they're already scheduling all the time. They will figure it out. Cuz I told you that I got them connected to we were going to do something
Right.
together. But the thing is we all did do a Zoom meeting for like 2 hours. So if we could do that, why wouldn't we be able to do an interview with you know what I mean?
So someone was paying for Zoom.
Huh?
Isn't Zoom like only like an hour for free members?
Oh, no, I think we ended up doing FaceTime. That's what we
Oh,
ended up doing. But it was awesome actually, even though technically nothing came out. I shouldn't say nothing. Information was exchanged for sure. But when we were planning, I don't want to get into it, but like when we were planning the thing that we were going to do, it required for us to listen to Chris's album in full. So
hmm.
that was fucking awesome. Cause like obviously he's only released a couple songs, so I was listening to the album from beginning to end for the first time. It was great. But yeah, I don't know. I just think it's possible, and that I still think it would be better with both of us, even though you're saying I have the connections. That's the reason. You're using me to get to do an interview that you wouldn't get to do, and that's an episode of the podcast.
Is it an episode or is it a bonus?
If we both do it, it's an episode.
Will you edit?
I can try. Okay, so the thing is, maybe we should do it in a way where we do that, but we also do our own thing, so that like there's an episode ready to go, and I have more time
Right.
to edit that. You know, it can't be the thing we're relying on to come out next week like this. You know?
All right. I mean, this is definitely going to be something you and me have to discuss a bit further, but sure. Like, I guess I would have to do research on the people, and I guess I would have to learn how to be an interviewer.
Me too. That's what I mean. That's part of probably the reason I want to do it together is that there's less pressure. I don't have to come up as many questions if you're coming up with half of the questions. You know what I mean? And my questions again will probably be different from your questions just because I know them. Chris, I know, you know,
Yeah.
and then Megan, I just kind of know, but at least I've met her.
I just wish we had someone we can interview that we both had familiarity with to test that out. Because again, like I know you have this passion for like filmmaking, for that kind of stuff. I feel like my questions will be a bit too, I'm here because John didn't want to be alone.
What do you mean? But so many podcasts do interviews like that, and this is supposed to be one where we've done so many different things. Like that's another thing I'm proud about the podcast is that it's been so different. Like, you know what I mean? Episode to episode. Like we've actually accomplished that goal of testing out the format, which was like the point
Right.
of this specific podcast. That's another format.
That's true.
And that's one of the main formats. Even on the ones that are like, that's not all they do, they often do. If they last long enough, they're going to do an interview at some point.
Okay, well, I we will definitely discuss this further, but you're winning, you motherfucker. And I am very tired.
Okay.
I guess that's the future for us. We're gonna keep figuring out the podcast. If I was about to ask you if you had anything else to say, but I'm tired, so I'm gonna end this now. If you listen to all of this, thank you for listening. You are amazing. If you can do us the great favor of reviewing us on Spotify, iTunes, leave a comment on YouTube.
Whatever you listen to it on, honestly. Because when you do a rating, you can leave a comment, essentially.
That's true. That's true. And you know, be cool. Like share our shit. If this podcast or any of our podcasts might interest someone you know, show it to them. If they want to listen to one loser and one guy that needs to stop self-sabotaging, you know, there you go.
You're acting like you don't self-sabotage as well.
How dare you? Where in my life?
You are about to pay half your life savings to stop working.
That's a negotiation.
Yeah, that's a negotiation to self-sabotage. That's
How is it self-sabotage? I mean, going into podcasting.
You're already in podcasting. Why would you just be like, you know what? I also don't want a source of income in the meantime.
It's in the way. Anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, just share us with people. That'd be cool. I'm so tired, John.
All right, that's that.
Thank you. Goodbye.